Oh, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Sunday, July 16th, 2023. Today, I wanted to share an exciting tidbit with you, and I'll explain why it's exciting in case it's not something you know off the top of your head. And then we'll do a tarot read and see if there are insights or information the universe wants us to know about what I think is rather exciting. You see, in just the very recent past, the last day or so, Mr. T used the phrase tippy top in one of his speeches. And this made the anon community get very excited. Now, let me share a screen with you and I'll explain why. As always, the Facebook compilation I'm going to in the share screen will be available to you if you follow the link in the video description box. And if not, just listen closely and glean what you can. Okay, this meme pretty much says it all for people who are part of the anon community. Okay, here's why. Back in 2018, when a certain letter of the alphabet was fairly new, people asked for some confirmation that insights and intel coming from that organization or that letter of the alphabet was straight from the top, or the top was involved. And because of that, they asked that the phrase tippy top be used, okay? And it was in this speech when Mr. T was on the balcony with the Easter Bunny. He used that phrase tippy top. Okay, so a real concise then summation of that is that Trump, Mr. T, used tippy top at the Easter celebration after having been requested by an anon. It was a proof, simply put. There's no way, no how, it was a coincidence. And then he recently, just like I said, in the last couple of days, used it again. If you would like to go to a further link about him using it another time in a speech, you can follow this link. There is a warning on it. I noticed they put, but I followed it without problem. Or just know that it's not, there's been at least two previous times, the balcony and here, that Mr. T has used the word tippy top. So speculation is right. It's obvious there's some kind of communication going on there, waiting for decoders to kind of figure out what. And I'm not saying that I'll get the definitive answer with the tarot cards, but we may get some insights and maybe a clue as to what was going on with the recent use again of that phrase, tippy top. I'm going to switch the camera, move a cat, and we'll see what the tarot cards want us to know about this, what is to me and to many anons exciting phrase, the use of the word tippy top. Here's the top half of the cat that needs to move. Go, Allie. You can come back in a little bit. Scoot, please. Scoot. Thank you. All right. Okay, so we would like to know insights and information about Mr. T's recent use, again, of the phrase tippy top. Can we get some insights possibly about what the reference was for, other than just simply reminding anons everywhere that that organization had involvement from high places? It wasn't a LARP. It wasn't a PSYOP. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords, Strength, the Empress, the Tower, the Devil. Wow, 4 major arcanas already. 8 of Cups and 10 of Wands. Okay, I'm going to share the insights the cards are giving me, and I'll then show you elements of the cards that lead me to those conclusions. And the use of the term tippy top was Mr. T's way of telling us as much as he could. While there's some things he is not free to disclose, has to leave in the background, he was letting us know something. And he, first of all, that he is operating from a place of strength, both as a political figure and within the organization. I have to be careful of phrasing, so I hope you can follow me along. Now let's look in the recent past. We have the Empress showing up, the divine feminine. And this is also a card that kind of indicates a love for Mother Earth, nurturing. There's no bad way to read this card. Okay. I think it's a hint too that the alliance includes more than one nation. And I think we already knew that. But in particular, that while nothing can stop what is coming, it's not just coming to the United States, it's coming to other places as well. The present, we have the Tower card showing up. So we are at, I'm saying that what he was nodding at is that we are at the precipice. Okay, that's when events start, we cross the precipice and events start moving really, really fast. Okay, that the efforts then are to rid ourselves of the devil, evil, and remove them from power. Now look, because we have this, that there's a inside card here, the 8 of Cups, telling us that there may be a time coming up that we'll want to reflect and review. And it's okay if we need to do that. These cups are still, they're well balanced. They'll be there when this fellow comes back. Maybe he's looking for a missing piece or something like that. Okay, so we have the Tower coming up in the present, which I'm interpreting to be a precipice. And then events are going to be cascading from that point, and the effort's going to be to lessen even more the stronghold and stranglehold that evil has had on our world and in our governments. And we have a 10 here. 10s are endings of something. So we're coming to the end of that stranglehold is how I'm reading this, that he was, yes, indicating, yes. If you're being told that there's a psyop going on with that letter of the alphabet, it's not true. We're still here, we're still strong, and we're aligned with good energy and good people in other countries as well, because we're heading to the precipice and things are going to be coming into the open as we get to these final days of change. Let's get a couple more cards and see. King of Swords, that is one of my huge White Hat Alliance cards, often indicates Mr. T. And again, this whole reading is about what was Mr. T trying to allude to with the use of that phrase. We have the Four of Swords coming up. This is a card showing a combination, and it makes sense with this, where he's seeking a little more insights, information. There's something he's after, but things are set up fairly well. There's a little hidden information, as always. There's just a need to know, and civilians can be curious, but we don't necessarily have a need to know. And the universe honors that, because I do feel like we have universal support in these changes that we're trying to have happen for the path of humanity, not just for one country. So we're being told what can be told now. It should be heartening to us. It's not everything. And this is also a card sometimes of hidden blessings. I don't care how you read it. Let's say it's both in this, that we have some blessings coming our way, okay, as we go through this Tower moment. And it's interesting. It's the 16th of the month. When I did the July read, it looked like something was going to happen mid-month and on. So let's keep our eyes on the prize and see what's going on there. I'm going to get 2 more cards, see what the universe wants us to know. We have the Moon, a card of endings, and we have the 10 indicating some endings. So yeah, there is an ending coming up. But knowing that Mr. T spoke from a place of strength, I'm not worried about the ending having to do with any positive persons or situations. And again, we have the Hermit shining a light on that. The Hermit is often our divine energy, and just a nod to the fact that we have help. Hello, Allie. We have help coming to us from more than just the earthly plane. And so I'm going to take the camera back and let Allie have the table back. let's recap, and I'm going to probably do it without holding up cards because Allie's making herself pretty much at home on them. Those of you that have said you don't mind my two cats being in videos, they have taken it to heart lately. Maybe it's because they're getting comfortable or they enjoy this current setup. But we were asking, Mr. T used the phrase tippy top, and it was exciting for anons. And hopefully now that you know some of the history behind that particular phrase, it's exciting for you folks too, if you weren't familiar with it. We got that, yes, it was a communication that he was trying to, as much as he could, share something with us, even though he couldn't share everything. We got several cards that indicated there might be, there's more to the story that can't be shared at this time. And we talked about how civilians really have, you know, we have a curiosity to know, a desire to know, but we don't always have a need to know. But the universe has been really nice about sharing information so that we can remain, if we have it even halfway of being a personal objective to stay positive, there are time and again events and clues that can help you stay positive if that's what you want. Now, if you want to go doom and gloom and black pill yourself, you can. I don't see cause for that. All right, now what was exciting, thank you for letting me share, Allie. She's off to the side of the card. She's so considerate. Okay, we have a tower moment showing up for the present, and it's the 16th of the month. When I did the read about July, I got an indication that the 15th of the month on was going to be eventful, and hopefully those events will roll out in such a way that we'll know what they are. Some we won't. That's always the case. All right, we have near future that events are rolling out because the devil's going to be dealt with, basically. Okay, a reminder that, again, there may be some information we're not aware of. Might be a time to kind of reflect on that and look at the positives. I see these as positives. He's going to see if he can collect more of those positives, but it's there. And on the other side of the double card was the 10 of Wands, which is a card showing some ending of actions. Now, we have the Strength card show up for Mr. T. Laying on top of the original card was the Moon card, which often speaks of loss and definitely changes going on. So I didn't see that as something that we had to worry since Mr. T cards showed strength. I didn't worry that it indicated anything on the part of the white hats as far as huge, obvious, and irreparable losses. A nod, finally, the Hermit card, that we have some divine oversight, that we have some assistance coming that helps us remain able to say with authority and confidence, nothing can stop what is coming. And then also we have the Mr. T card show up, King of Swords. Okay, definitely one of my top White Hat Alliance cards, often my Mr. T card. And since we were asking about Mr. T, this is definitely a nod to that. And a card, you know, of justice and fairness and solid leadership. So there you have it. At least a partial indication of what Mr. T was doing. Number one, just restating the obvious to keep people steadfast that the organization that is associated with the 17th letter is still viable and operating from a place of strength with a plan that extends beyond country borders. It's going to involve more than one country. So yeah, they're still on it. Okay, we can be heartened by that. And to those that have been anon since back when that first tippy top happened, it was kind of nice to see almost 5 years later. So that was great. Then the other one with the Tower card showing up in the present, there is a precipice that we are at. And I think that the precipice, even if we don't see all of it, all facets of it, there's going to be enough that we can go, oh, this is the Tower moment that the universe was hinting at or alluding to when the Tower card came up. So we'll have to be watching. Is it going to be actions and change of leadership or what? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out. And it makes me able to watch current events with interest, but without absorbing any negativity, because especially the mainstream tries to have us be fearful and anxious and stressed out. And I don't play that game. I hope you don't either. I refuse to live a fear-filled life. So I watch current events with interest. And when it gets to the point that I start to feel anxious or stressful, I turn them off. And I do things that ground myself, that feed my soul, that help me to keep a positive outlook. And I would encourage you to also. So, because I found that even if I'm not tuned into them, current events keep happening. World rolls along. Okay, but I have to take care of my own personal self, family path, and I try to. I hope you do too. That's it for this video. It's going up shortly, and I encourage you, if you haven't, to hop on over to the live stream and join us for our meditation today. It's happening very, very soon, and you're welcome to join us. It's a non-denominational meditation, and our focus this month is on the transmutation or change of any ingredients in big pharma products to benign and beneficial, if they're anything other than that. So they should be that to start with, but hopefully there'll be more of that after our meditation if they weren't. So until next time, love and light and everything bright. Bye.